Yeah, overall, followed up what you could call our biggest win of the season in Seattle with an even bigger one. So really proud of the players. Before the game, we talked about what it means to be a true team. And I think that what I meant by that and what I explained in the pregame talk was, any 11 guys that are together fighting for each other with belief, attacking and defending as one can beat any group of talented players. That's a really good Kansas City team, top team in the Western Conference. And for the guys to have the performance that they did, I couldn't be more proud. You could go through every man, Olivier Mbazo to Jay Simpson, to the game trust he had. I feel bad even naming a few because there were so many really strong performances. But it shows that our group is together. It shows that we're confident. It shows that we've used our full squad this year in a lot of different areas, in a lot of different situations. It's not an easy. I'd be lying if I said it was all the plan went perfectly in terms of from how do you deal with the travel to Seattle, how do you deal with the quick turnaround playing a Sunday game against a top team at home in the pouring rain, and then how do you now have everyone charged and ready to go for Houston. I think we had a plan in place. We stuck with it. But it's my first time going through it, and I'd argue to say that not many managers have had to navigate that part of things. So the players deserve all the credit in the world for the result today. And again, could not be more proud of the total team performance. Player 1 through 30 in this group, has had a good, strong season, and that's the sign of a true team.
Go ahead, John.
Jay in particular,
Yeah.
so many times about how he's been the loyal soldier, done the work, stuck down the depth chart for him to get the opportunity today and get the finishing product. What he did, how
Yeah, again, I'm not surprised he scored. He's a great player. He scores all the time in training. He has been increasingly sharp in the past 2 weeks. I think he's taken an unfair criticism from our fan base. And the Philly booing mentality, which I've taken as well, and I have a place in my heart for when I hear it directed towards him. So if people want to be critical of someone, please be critical of me for not playing. And that's actually more fair because he has quality. He did a great job today. He's done a great job in terms of being a true professional. A lot of things haven't gone his way, from scoring in his debut to coughing up blood and bruising a lung, to then CJ stepping in and scoring 16 goals that season. So then you fast forward to this one, and Corey gets a chance, and Corey gets hot. So things have gone against him. It's pro sports, but again, if people want to point blame or be negative about Jay, it hurts me because I know what it feels like as well to get booed, and they should boo the coach louder and leave the players out of it. And I think he had a great response today, and I'm really happy for him. I really am truly happy, and it shows how quickly everybody went to celebrate with him. Shows what we're about.
Go ahead, Matt.
Jim, I think this is 10 clean sheets on the season for you guys. On a game like this, especially when the attacking pieces are kind of cobbled together and some reserve guys, how important is that to know that you guys can keep that zero and then that can put you in the conversation for at least a point?
It matters, and again, you think about, we lose Andre Blake literally as I'm doing a chalk talk in here. Someone comes running through the door, one of my assistants, and says, there's a change that needs to be made. You panic. You're losing your star goalkeeper with a group that hasn't played together already, so you lose some cohesion there, and that nice warm blanket in Andre Blake. And then McCarthy steps up like a true professional and has an incredible game today to keep a shutout. So the entire team defends. We have to be that way. We have to have all 11 guys put in a defensive effort. We dodged some bullets today for sure. Kansas City wasn't at their sharpest in front of goal. They had some chances. Johnny bailed us out with some big saves. But overall, as a team, collectively, that's a lot of clean sheets. We've put together a lot of wins this year. And again, it's because of the players and their performance on the field, and they deserve all the credit.
What was the injury point?
Sick. So when I saw him in the locker room, and there was a thinking that maybe he could at least be the backup. He you could look into his eyes and see he wasn't all here, you know, in terms of he just didn't look healthy. You know, he had, we'll just say, you know, he's throwing up. You know, I'm hoping it's something to do with food. I think he'll be fine for Wednesday, but at the same time, to learn that news that late with already a group that, you know, it doesn't have a ton of cohesion and minutes together. Individually, they have a lot of minutes. You look at Fabinho, you look at Carvalho, and the job they did, excellent. But at the same time, everybody collectively hadn't played a lot together, so that was a big change. Johnny seamlessly stepped in there and led a young back line to a clean sheet, so that matters. But again, Dre's illness was throwing up out of everything, we'll just call that.
Go ahead.
Jim, in years past, this team has had kind of some later season losses that they've been hard to get over, and then maybe have led to slides that cost you. That Montreal game seemed like it could be that type of game, but since then you guys have responded with 2 huge wins. What's been the difference, and what's been the key to kind of getting over that loss?
I think we have a group of leaders, but I also think it's Bedoya. I think that, you know, as a head coach, you need a voice in the locker room. Ollie's been that for us this year. So even on a night like tonight where he's not starting, the advice he gives to young kids, and Bizo, for example, who unfortunately I can't really communicate with because my French is not good enough. You know, little things like that where he's been my voice, the coaching staff's voice in the locker room. You need that. It's so powerful because again, when over the course of 34 games, when my messages are the same over and over, you know, they can get a little bit tiresome. If someone's not carrying that out and executing in the locker room, Ollie's leadership has been incredible. He makes 2 plays tonight that set up both goals and does it in a very selfless way and is more happy for the guys that score. It speaks a lot to his character. It speaks to the season he's had. On the field, I think he's been best 11, but what you guys don't get to see is off the field how incredible he has been in terms of growing as a leader and putting his arm around the young guys and giving some of the guys a kick to motivate them a little bit as well when that's needed. So, you know, we have a bunch of leaders in Harris and him, but he's taken it to a really high level right now, and I would point towards that. That eliminates those late game collapses, which lead to late season collapses, or whatever, however you want to, you know, word it. Or I still can't blame that on the Cup final losses. Those were just devastating for other reasons. But we have a chance to right that now on Wednesday, and I think the group is about as confident as we can possibly be going into a final.
Anyone else? All right, thanks, guys.
That was the easiest one. Eagles lose? Yeah? Is that?
Stop.
Stop.